In today's video, I'm going to let you know about 2 other reasons why Instacart shoppers could potentially get deactivated. One of these reasons in particular really bugs me because there are Instacart shoppers right now who have social media platforms, whether it's Facebook groups or YouTube channels, who are giving you wrong information for their financial gain. You need to know about this so that you can make your own informed decisions. But first and quickly, hi everyone, it's Jen on the go, and welcome back to this channel. To the subscribers of this channel, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you all so much for not only subscribing, but for your engagement, for what you bring to the table so that other shoppers and gig economy workers can learn from you and be motivated for you and get hope from you. So again, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing so that these videos get into the right hands at the exact right time. If you are new to Instacart and other gig platforms and you just want to know what to do to protect yourself and to be informed, then you will absolutely find content here. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell. That way you will be reminded when new content videos are uploaded, and they are uploaded every week. Here we go. A few weeks back, I made a video about reasons that you could be deactivated on Instacart, but I'm going to add another couple reasons to that list. I will link that video in the description box below in case you missed it. You might want to just quickly go through that. That'll be there for your convenience. But there are a couple other reasons I want to add. One of them, you may or may not be aware, but you could be deactivated if you don't scan in your receipt at the end of your shop the right way. What this means is, let's say you scan in your receipt and the receipt is blurry, or maybe you only got the top half of the receipt, or maybe the middle, or maybe you hit submit receipt before you were able to get all of the photos. And once you do that, you can't get back to the back screen. The only reason why Instacart would ever contact you regarding a receipt is if they have an issue with the customer or the order, or there is a glitch, which is all the more reason why you have to be extra careful. There are a lot of shoppers on Instacart Facebook groups currently who are stating, hey, I've been contacted by Instacart, they need a receipt. They said the quality on the receipt was not good enough and they could not read it. So luckily I had the receipt to give them. The flip side of that is another shopper said, I got deactivated for not scanning in the receipt. I didn't have the receipt to show, therefore I was deactivated. I don't know if there was a backstory behind that, but here's what I'm telling you guys, just to protect yourself. I know that in most states now we are required to scan the receipts at the end of the shop, so make sure you are doing your due diligence when scanning the receipts. And I know we rush along because until we're done with those receipts, we can't get credit for our time. So we go quick, 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 quick. But a lot of times I notice when I take the photo, it's blurry and then I'll have to rephoto it. So I am very picky in the way I do photograph my receipts. So make sure you are taking a little extra time to make sure your photos are clear and that you get them all. And just in case you don't, and you are called upon via email, and this could be 2 weeks later or 1 week later, if there's a discrepancy in the totals, that's why Instacart would need that receipt. They will contact you and they will say, do you have the receipt from this date? You need to make sure that you do. I do save my receipts. I've said this before in past videos for a month, but now I'm even more strategic in the way I save my receipts. So I want to show you what I do. So now every week I will put all of my receipts from the prior week in one little Ziploc baggie like this, and then I will duct tape it on the top here with white tape, and I will label it Instacart receipts October 30th through November 1st. So these are all of the receipts from my shops for this week. They are protected. I can still keep them in my car in the glove box because they're fairly flat. I recommend doing this because that way you can just flip through your baggies and say, okay, this is the week. And then from there you can kind of keep them in order, whatever filing system you need. But please make sure that you are paying attention to this and not just thinking you can toss your receipt after you scan it in, because I know a lot of shoppers are saying, well, good thing now we can toss the receipt so I don't have to store them in my car. You don't want to do that. So in addition, again, to taking quality photographs, ensuring that you take several photographs of the long receipts, and sometimes they're this long, get all of the photographs, make sure they're clear, and then save your receipts for your protection. Because if you're called upon at any second, then you will have your evidence. The second reason you could potentially be deactivated is by using cashback apps. And these are apps such as Fetch, Ibotta, Rakuten. There are so many more. You can just Google all of them. There were actually too many for me to list. But these are the apps where you scan in your receipt, and when you do that, you receive rewards such as gift cards or discounts or a check in the mail or rebates or whatever it is. They definitely work. They are effective. I know people that use them on their own accord and they have great success with them. But here's the problem. Shoppers on large Facebook groups with big followings, and just so you know, I do my homework. I do all of the data research before I put these videos out. I belong to so many Facebook groups, including the Deactivation Facebook group. I tell them all I have a YouTube channel. That's how I get in, because I said I want to put out relevant information. But I'm a member of several groups, so I know that this is happening all over the place. There are shoppers who are stating, hey, download the Fetch app, and when you do that, use my code so that I can get credit for your purchases. And here's the kicker. They're not your purchases. They belong to the Instacart customers. So these Instacart shoppers are definitely not informed, because if they would be, they maybe wouldn't be putting this information out. I have to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here, but they're basically using you for their financial gain. And these are like complete strangers. They'll say, yeah, use my reward. And then other shoppers will say, wait, I didn't think that was allowed on Instacart. And they'll say, no, it doesn't say that. You can absolutely do this. I'm just telling you that it's not okay. You can do what you want to do, of course, but at least now you have the information. There are also other people on YouTube that work in this gig economy who are saying, use my code for your for your rewards, whether it's Ibotta or Fetch. And then you know what that means. When they give you the code, then they get the credit. They get a little piece of your pie too. You can use all the receipts you want as long as they're your receipts, but you cannot use Instacart's receipts. And these receipts belong to Instacart. You didn't buy the groceries, therefore what gives you the right to use someone else's receipt for your personal gain? First of all, that's common sense. Secondly, I did reach out to Instacart support on several occasions in the past. I also reached out to them today, and I have notes here so that I make sure I'm getting it right. And they confirmed that this is against Instacart policy. And I'm going to put right here what they stated, and then also stated here, according to our resources, it is prohibited to use the customer's receipt for any personal gain and use it for promos like gift cards and rewards. We strongly advise shoppers not to engage with anyone claiming that this will be okay on the platform, because they might get deactivated because of this. So if shoppers are telling you that this is okay, it's not okay. But again, I gave you the information. Here it is. Do with it what you want, but at least you will be informed. Also, there is an Instacart policy under the terms and conditions. It's section 2.3. It states the shopper app may request from you any feedback, including but not limited to product or retailer information or images of receipts and products. And this is called feedback. So a receipt is called feedback. You agree that such feedback shall be exclusive property of Instacart, and that you will sign all documents necessary to confirm or perfect the exclusive ownership of Instacart to the feedback. So the receipt is part of Instacart's feedback, which they put it under. So it is hard to find, but if you kind of read between the lines, you can figure that out. So I'm not throwing anyone under the bus out there telling people to sign up for Fetch using your code, but I'm telling my viewers, you guys, don't do that. This is a really important gig for so many of us. If you don't care and you just want to shop and get the rewards too, yikes, I guess do what you got to do. But for those of us that really care about this and want to protect our accounts at all cost, I would not do this. So be careful who you listen to. Just do your own homework. You can absolutely research this yourself, but I wanted to bring this to you because I'm really sick of influencers out there not influencing for the right reasons. That's all. I'm truly trying to help you guys because I want you to succeed, every single one of you. And it's so heartbreaking reading all the deactivations that are on this Facebook group. It's pathetic, and you're desperate when this happens. And these are a couple things that could get you there. So I'm just giving you the information so that this doesn't happen to you. And the last thing I want to say quickly is I've also noticed, because I'm on so many different Facebook groups, if you are members of certain Facebook groups, and I agree, it is a great place to get information and to read and to understand what is happening so that you can be informed and make great choices for yourself and to protect yourself, or just to be aware of what's happening. But when I'm on these different Facebook groups, there are a lot of scammers and hackers that visit all of these same Facebook groups. And really, if you think about it, Instacart is a very small community. So I noticed one person who stated he was a shopper in Connecticut one day, Massachusetts the next day, then Florida the day after that, and then California. And he was like bragging about how much he was making, and red flag. So this is how scammers will troll on these Facebook groups and try to befriend you and try to get you to talk to them. And once you start talking to them, your name is on the Facebook groups, your first and last name. So unless you are operating under an alias, which I recommend, I really do, once they have your name, this is how they are able to do a deeper dive into who you are, where you're from now, because they know what community you're in, get you to talk to them, ask you a few more questions. They can just do a phone lookup or an address search or whatever they do, but they have resources to find you and then try to coerce you into giving up your gig, right? Or falling victim to whatever they're going to scam you with, like they'll ask you for a code or whatever it is. You guys know what I'm trying to say. But just be very careful when you're commenting in the Facebook groups, because when I notice this one individual repeatedly over and over again, I'm like, you cannot be shopping in California bragging about your batch on day 1 and day 2 back in Massachusetts. Who are you? But I'm not going to comment to this person because my name's on that Facebook group and I am not going to engage. So I'm asking you, really limit your comments on these Facebook groups. I see a lot of trouble over there. There are people giving shoppers wrong information, and yes, there are a lot of helpful points too, but the scammers are hanging out there. So I just wanted you to be aware that that is happening. And before I go, I just want to thank you all for the private emails and for the comments asking for certain video topics, which I'm going to do all of them. I think they're all great ideas. One of them is worst customer nightmare horror stories. Yikes, that would be a good one. I am going to do an Amazon haul, and I'm getting asked over and over again for a shop with me video, and I am working on that. I don't have anyone to film me, and I can't film myself in a store, and the person that does film me, I want them to be an Instacart shopper too, so that I don't get in trouble. So I am working on that. I will provide that so that you guys know legit I am out there shopping. But yeah, I'm excited about all of the videos that I have planned and that are coming up. Please let me know in the comments below if you have time what you would like to see a video on, because I would like to know so that I can provide you guys with what you want to see. So I'm going to leave you all with that. I hope everyone had a great week. Oh, and I was going to do an earnings update really quick, just in case you want to know. If you don't, you can click away, but thank you. This past week, it's Sunday, so the week ended today, I earned a total of $700.17. I worked 17 hours and 28 minutes, and my hourly wage was $40.52. I didn't make as much money as I wanted to make, but I did keep my hourly wage in the range that I require for me. I like it to be there. So things came up this week, and this is what it is. But I'm happy with my hourly rate, and next week I'm going to kick it harder because the holidays are coming, and yeah, a lot going on. So I hope all of you are really making your goals and having fun in the process, just staying focused, staying diligent, staying prepared, staying positive, of course, always positive, so that you can continue to do well. I hope a couple of these tips helped you so that you know maybe what to do or what not to do. You guys have the information. So thank you again for being here. I love you all. I respect all of you. Thank you for commenting and letting me know in the comments what you know. I have a feeling I'm going to get a little bit of pushback on this video from people who do have YouTube channels and Facebook groups about scanning the receipts in, but I kind of don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. It's not right. Even morally, it's just not right. If they're your receipts, fine. If you didn't pay for those groceries or that order, that receipt does not belong to you. It belongs to Instacart. So that's just how it is. So thank you guys. Have a great start to your week. I will see you this week for another video. And thank you again. I love you all. Bye-bye.